I am ready. It's time for 60 seconds of science with Dr. Addie. Hit us.
Microsoft claims to have created a new state of matter in their quest to build a quantum computer. A number of scientists, myself included, are now questioning how we're defining state of matter these days. The US conditionally approved a vaccine to protect poultry from the avian flu. The USDA must still approve it. Personally, I hope they live stream at least one vaccination because I have logistical questions. Black men in the United States who passed as white in the 20th century lived longer, but not for the reason you might think. The National Bureau of Economic Research reports that the men had an average of 2.2 years more education and earned more as a result, which can increase lifespan due to health insurance access. A new fertilizer could
Mhm.
suck carbon dioxide back out of the atmosphere. Adding specific minerals to agricultural soil could draw billions of tons of CO2 from the atmosphere annually, according to chemists from Stanford University. And finally, mass firings continue to decimate U.S. science agencies. Thousands of scientists have been let go for quote unquote poor performances that have no documented basis. The total number of dismissals remains unclear since they keep trying to hire people back. And the future of a lot of these agencies will be told in the coming weeks when Congress decides this year's funding levels as a part of the federal budget. And that is 60-ish seconds of science. Ken, where would you like to go?
I'm really curious about Microsoft. Like, what the hell are they doing? But I think one of the more pressing matters is, I don't know, bird flu and another maybe pandemic. What you're telling to me in terms of headlines seems like good news. But is it one of those things that this might not have an effect? It's not the good news I, as a layman, might think. What's the story behind this?
You're asking about the bird flu one?
Yeah.
No, the bird flu one actually, from everything I can tell, is actually good news. Although, like I said, I have some questions about how you vaccinate birds. Um,
Yeah, well, it's just the chickens on the farm, right? We're starting there.
yeah, we're starting on poultry farms, but I still have
Okay.
questions. I
Yeah.
still have questions. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's a company that has created a vaccine. This vaccine is actually used in other nations such as China, France, Egypt, and Mexico. They vax against
Okay.
their poultry against the avian flu. The U.S.
Okay.
government has long resisted allowing that because of politics and trade concerns. Um,
It's what we do.
and so, yeah, they basically it's not unlike the flu vaccine that you and I get. It contains a dead version of a different variant of the virus, and it's aimed to
Hmm.
help them create the antibodies or what have you to protect themselves from the actual virus.
Okay. So, again, seems good. Is this, like, it's like a story where you hear, like, oh, this guy created this thing and the roads are going to have solar panels in them and yay. And then you like, it's a crackpot there and it never works. This seems like it's because it's been done in other countries. I guess what I'm trying to say, none of us want to worry about bird flu, what's going on with it. We got measles in Texas. We don't want to worry about bird flu. We don't want this administration to be in charge as much as they already are in front of and in charge of diseases and how to
You
manage them.
don't want
But
this particular administration in charge of a
nah,
pandemic? It went so well last
yeah,
time.
yeah, they really got us going with like gangbusters last time out here. So, anyways, I hear that. I hear, oh, that's good. And sometimes I have that false sense. You could call it naive, but a false sense of hope of sometimes things just work out, which is probably why I'm in the position I'm in my own life right now, but also why we as a country are in that spot too. So, anyways, but it seems mostly good.
No, it from everything I've read, the experts in this case they do agree that like this is the path forward. That vaccinating poultry is the way we keep this under
Okay.
control.
Because is it because it's easier to vaccinate chickens than it will be to vaccinate half of America?
Well, I don't know about that. Um, from a scientific perspective, we don't want it to mutate any more than it actually has and start crossing the species barrier, which it has already started doing, because that is how you
Yeah,
get a human based pandemic.
right, right.
So
But
if we vaccinate the
at
chickens
this,
and the chickens stop getting it, I
Yes,
know you are
we go
trying
for
to
we.
make a joke, and I am not helping.
I don't think it's a joke. it's it's just the truth about about half the people roaming these lands and when it comes to vaccinations on this level, even though they've had many their entire lives that they just didn't question in general. I don't want to speak in absolutes as we learned earlier, but yeah, okay, it just might be either grab the chickens
I
and poke
think you
them.
get 100% vaccination rate on a chicken farm.
Yeah, yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. Okay. I like that. I like that. So there you go, everybody. Bird flu's been solved. Not really. We hope. Let's hope.
Egg
We
prices
got it.
coming
Let's hope.
down, which, let's face
Egg
it, that is
prices
the
coming
only
down.
reason they have approved this vaccine.
Yeah. I don't want to get super cynical, but like, oh crap, how do we get the egg prices down? Poke them chickens. All
Mm
right, let's do
hmm.
it.
Mm hmm.
Okay.